inside the Nash, aka the Nash hole. Man, this thing is sweet. You know, I can see myself driving this car. Hey, what's up guys? djiweb here. Check it out. I drove all the way down here to make sure that I saw the Nash in real life and was able to talk with Greg here. So Greg, man, this car is beautiful. I know you've had a hell of a run with this car with Hot Wheels. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
So this is a 1957 Nash Metropolitan.
Okay.
It started off as a very, very common car. They're kind of quirky. I refer to them as little clown cars.
Sure. I got to say, it is smaller than I thought.
They're tiny. They're little. But that's the cool thing about it, is I wanted to take something little and make something kind of cool, mean, and aggressive out of it, basically.
Yeah.
And I think we did just that with what we've got. But it was kind of built for a car show in Vegas, the Rat City Ruckus. In 2017, we had been going down there for years, kind of traditionally rat rodders.
Sure.
And we wanted to bring something that hadn't been done before, bring something that was creative, unique, and different. And there were a couple people in the rat rod world that were doing similar stuff.
Okay.
And a buddy of mine and myself, we were sitting at dinner one night after the show, and we were like, we can do this. We can have something, you know, stand out just like these other guys were in this car show. And we set out the next year, and he sent me a link on Craigslist to this car in stock form. I instantly knew, I was like, yes, we can do something with that.
Nice.
We went, picked it up, and we sat on the car for like 6 months.
Thinking about it, huh?
Searching the web, scouring the web, trying to figure out what's been done to a Nash Metropolitan, because we wanted to go the far opposite way, basically. So we sat on it for 6 months, and
We have chickens?
we got some ducks next door.
Oh,
You're
ducks.
in the country. But yeah, we sat on it for the 6 months. We kind of collectively came up with a couple ideas. With those two ideas, we took them to a party, and we basically kind of presented, like, here's option A, here's option B, what do you guys think? And option Nash hole was created.
And here's the winner.
Yeah.
The Nash hole. So I love the name. Where did the name Nash hole come from?
So obviously, again, it's a 1957 Nash Metropolitan.
Right.
The car was built for that show in Vegas, and it was on a very short timeline. Because we sat on it for so long, it came down to about 3 months of actual build time.
You built this in 3 months?
This was built in 3 months, basically
Wow.
top to bottom.
Okay.
So built in 3 months, we had maybe 2 to 3 days before the show, and the car had not been driven. It hadn't been on the road. We were basically down to the wire on this thing.
Wow.
And I want to say maybe the night before, we found out that the transmission had issues.
Ooh.
And I got under the car. I bench pressed the transmission onto my chest, slid it out, put a new one in, and it just fought me. And it was probably 3 a.m., I would say, at this point.
Okay.
And I was frustrated. I was upset. I was angry at this little thing because I didn't want to be doing this anymore. You know, I was done. I had been working for 3 months nonstop to get it there, and at the very end, it's fighting.
Yeah.
And instead of calling it an a-hole, I called it the Nash hole. We took it to Vegas, and I just kept throwing the name at it. It's the Nash hole. It's the Nash hole. It's the Nash hole. And Viva Las Vegas, or the Viva car show, it's a rockabilly car show, was going on at the same time. There were a bunch of pinstripers down there. I walked up to one. I'm like, hey, I need some, you know, lettering done. And in the parking lot of this car show, we put Nash hole on it, and ever since, it's basically been the Nash hole.
That's awesome. Awesome. And I imagine when you presented it to Hot Wheels, they're like, Nash hole, you know, we got kids.
So the funny story with that is Jay Leno and El Segundo, when we won the tour, the stop, they love the name. They really do. And I've got 2 young boys. They call it the Nash hole. It's not meant to be terrible. It's kind of funny, but I also see the other side of it. But Jay Leno had a blast with the name. It's such a fitting name, and it's a fun name. And again, we understand the reasoning Hot Wheels couldn't use it,
Right.
but it will always be the Nashville. And
Absolutely.
most people that have collected the car kind of call it the Nashville still.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the Nash is really truly the Nashville.
Well, I was talking to my Hot Wheels buddies and a couple other friends. I was like, I'm going down to see the Nashville. So I was even calling it the Nashville. To me, it's not the Nash. But man, it's a beautiful car. I've really enjoyed here, being able to shoot it and photograph it. So if you could like sum it up in a mission, like the point of this car, what you're trying to do, then the positive movement, if you will, with it. I mean, everyone that's watching this, you've been to a car show and you know that, you see those cars and you can't touch them, right? And to me, yeah, I came and I was drooling all over it and you didn't even mind. So give me kind of your vision with it.
This was built to be used. We built the car. There's nothing on this car that I can't fix if something was to break. So why not take that and put kids in it? Let kids be, creative, sit behind the wheel and dream. And that's really what we want to do with this. And that's the cool thing about teaming up with Hot Wheels is we get to put the Hot Wheels in the hands of children, but we also get to put children in the car, the real car, and let them actually experience kind of the life-size version. It's all about the kids for us. We want kids to dream big. We want kids to build. We want kids to think outside of the box. We want them to know it's okay to be different. Look at what happens when you're different. You can do cool things and stand out and just, follow those dreams and follow your passion, basically. And that's really been the message with this car, and kind of what we put out there is have fun, take pride, just don't be so serious, let loose and have a little bit of fun, basically.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, is there any plans in the future of future cars like the Nashville, or things that'll stick out, maybe other cars that you'll put into Hot Wheels Legends Tour again?
So we are always building. SEMA 2019 was a very big year for us. That's the year that this won at Vegas there. We also had our 33 Dodge, which was a top 4 truck overall in Battle of the Builders. I think it was a pool of like 2,600 vehicles.
Wow.
So we not only had this, we had a second vehicle at SEMA 2019, and we're a hobby shop. So that really lit a fire under us.
Sure.
And now we've really got to kind of chase, some big footsteps, basically.
Sure.
So yes, there's builds coming. I won't really, or I can't say exactly what
Hey,
we're working on.
I respect it.
But there's things coming that we're hoping will kind of flip the world upside down with what goes on up here, basically.
Love it.
I will gladly show you guys the green Dodge if you wanted to see that. We have that here in the shop. But as far as everything else, you guys are just going to have to tune in and wait.
All right, so tell us where we can find you.
So JLS Customs, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, it's all JLS Customs. Pretty easy. You'll see the car as our background picture and you'll be able to spot us.
Awesome. All right, so make sure you follow Greg on all those platforms. Also, make sure you check out my Instagram, djiweb. And above all, man, as you can see, this is all about having fun and letting the kids enjoy the vehicles that are being built. So I can't think of any other way or any better way to end the message of this video with some more close-up shots of the Nashville.